How do, and welcome back. Well, I've been busy. I've been bottling an English pale ale, and I'm getting ready for brew day, which is tomorrow. I've been cleaning my kettle. I use a barkeeper's friend for that. I find it very good. It passivates as well as cleans. So that's all sparkly clean and new. And I've got my recipe sorted. I'm going to be doing an American pale ale, sort of inspired by the classic Sierra Nevada pale ale. In other words, it's cascade for the hop editions. I think they use Magnum for their bittering. I don't have any Magnum, but I do have Centennial. So I'm going to use Centennial for bittering. And then it's just cascade. 15 minutes. I'm going to do a whirlpool, and then I'll do a dry hop as well. So as I'm brewing a Sierra Nevada pale ale, or sort of, I thought I'll try a Sierra Nevada beer. I've actually bought the pale ale, but I'm going to be drinking that as I'm brewing, just to give me inspiration, you know. What I'm going to be trying today is their California IPA, which is only a 4.2% session ale. Brewed in America, but I believe it's only available in the UK market, and that's why it's 4.2%, because it was contract brewed according to the specifications, and this is what they came up with. So I'm going to pour it into a glass. I've got a nice little 330ml glass here, which is good because this is a 350ml can. So it means that even when I've got to the bottom of the glass, I know there's still a little bit more yet to savour. Although maybe it will fit all in. Nope, there we go. Pretty much all of that's in. Let me just give it a smack, because there's still some carbonation clinging to the edge, maybe some dustiness in there. Okay, a nice hazy golden beer. Beautiful carbonation. This is not a nucleated glass, but there's still a nice level of carbonation there. Let me give this another tap. I've just got this out of the cupboard and I didn't give it a rinse, so it's probably little bits of dust specks just on the glass there that the carbonation is clinging to. A nice little head, pure white, foamy. Looks like a very nice beer. Let's go for the aroma. Citrus, grapefruit, definitely. Grapefruit, a little bit of an orange peel, that sort of thing. And lemon. There's lemon in there as well. Smells quite nice. There's no real malt character to the aroma. Maybe a really faint sort of dry malt, wheaty malt, which would explain the haziness of this. Little wheaty aroma, but really not much at all. It's mostly about those citrusy hops, the grapefruit, the lemon, the orange. Nothing tropical about it though. Okay, let's take a taste. Cheers. Pleasant. For an IPA, an American IPA, it's not a hot bomb. In fact, to be honest, I would class this more in the American Pale Ale category as opposed to an IPA. But then, if it's true, it was brewed, contract brewed, and so it was brewed only for the UK market, and our IPAs traditionally are more balanced, shall we say. I can understand why they may have just reined back on this being a full hop bomb. You're definitely picking up some smoothness, some wheatiness in the flavour, in the mouthfeel. Nicely carbonated, light bodied, and then you get all the same flavours that you do in the aroma. You get a nice grapefruitiness, a little bit of sharpness from that, bit of lemoniness, and orange, like an orange zest. But it's all a little bit on the light side. There's no bitterness at all at the end. What it ends with, just to balance things out, is like an earthy dryness. But there's no bitterness to speak of. You know, a bitterness that you can feel in your throat and you can taste it for ages. Nothing like that at all. It's a bit disappointing, really, considering it's Sierra Nevada. I was expecting a lot. This is more like an American pale ale than an IPA. It's light. It's for watching football. You know, when you're watching football, it's just have a pint when you're watching football. It's a beer for drinking with friends. It's not really a beer I would go out my way and try and find and buy and savour. It's really not that type of beer, unfortunately. It's a bit of a letdown in my opinion. I would have liked more punchier hops, a bit more of a malt backbone to it. In fact, last night I enjoyed a bottle of Shep and Neam's India Pale Ale, which is like your traditional English IPA, and I prefer that over this. Now, granted, that's 6.1%, but it was much more balanced. There was a lot of flavour coming through, not just from the hops, but you had a lovely carameliness from the malts. This is more like, it's like a lager that's just been souped up a little bit with some wheat and some of these American hops, to be honest. If you're a lager drinker, this you won't mind. So yeah, it's perfect when you've got guests and they just typically drink, just like a lager. You could give them one of these and they probably won't mind it that much. It's certainly not a challenging beer. It's light, it's crisp, it's refreshing. It's a very pleasant beer. It's just not exceptional. And with the Sierra Nevada name tag, I was expecting something a little bit more. But hey-oh, there it is. I am positive that the pale ale, the classic pale ale that I'll be drinking tomorrow, will be a lot better than this. And I will be brewing my own version of an American pale ale. And the ingredients I'm going to use are crystal malts, Munich malts, Centennial for the hops, and Cascade, 15 minutes, Whirlpool edition, and then I'm going to dry hop as well. I've designed the recipe in Beersmith, and I'm hitting all the targets according to the BJCP guidelines. Let's have a look at those now. So as you can see, if you're unfamiliar with the software, on the right hand side are the BJCP guideline recommendations, or the ranges, and on the left hand side is what the software predicts this beer will be based on my recipe. So I'm using 250 grams of caramel or crystal malt and 150 grams of Munich malt as my specialty grains. I'm also using 3 kilograms of light dry malt extract, and then for bittering 25 grams of Centennial, and I'm going to boil this for 60 minutes. And then at 15 minutes left in the boil, I'm going to add 20 grams of Cascade, 20 grams of the Whirlpool, which will be steeped for 20 minutes at 80 degrees, and then 28 grams as a dry hop, approximately 3 or 4 days before bottling. So as you can see, this should give me then an original starting gravity of 1040, which is within the blue zone, the green zone, sorry, which is within guideline specifications. Bitterness is going to be about 40 IBUs, smack bang in the middle. Colour is 16, a little bit on the high side, but I'm okay with that. And then it's going to be a 4.7% ABV, hopefully, which makes it a nice sessionable American pale ale. So I've hit all the marks, and I'm going to enjoy brewing it tomorrow. So I'm going to film it. It'll be up during the week, and I hope you enjoy watching that. As for the California IPA, I wouldn't rush out and buy it. In fact, to be honest, it is actually quite reasonably priced. I think it was just under £7 for 4 cans. So that's not bad. But I wouldn't rush out and buy it. If it's there, you know, sure, pick up a 4-pack. But there's better IPAs. In fact, there's some better British brewed American IPAs than this American brewed American IPA. So yeah, I wouldn't rush out and buy it. But anyway, I'll see you next week when it's brew day. Bye bye for now.